back into shape.
Get back into shape. Get back into shape. Get back into shape. Get back into shape.
Just out here in the morning, about 11:15. Going to be doing my 3 advanced dives today, and I'm hoping to have the GoPro on me, so I'll try and get some video. Apparently I heard the visibility isn't as good as it normally is, but we'll see how it goes. And hopefully I'll have some video. Already had the drone out, so a little bit of aerial of where we are kind of thing. Beautiful Georgian Bay, and we'll see how it goes. So I'm going to apologize ahead of time for the really bad drone video work. I'm still getting the hang of it, and this was one of the first times flying with the controller doing manual. So the video's not very good. Just wanted to give you a little bit of information. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to take the GoPro with me. Because it's a training program, I wasn't able to bring it out with me this time. But there will be some very good scuba diving videos very soon. So what we have here is, this is the place that we're going to on Georgian. This is actually an uphill pathway, which is great on the way down with all your gear, but coming back up is a little bit of a pain in the ass. In a minute you'll see the waterway where we actually enter, and that's a little bit of a challenge too. When you have that much gear on your back, it takes a lot out of you to try and get into the water with it on, and more when you're trying to get out of the water with all your gear. You tend to trip over rocks, and the waves knock you off balance and things like that. But what I'll do is, right after this little bit of drone work, I'll go through and show you the depths that I was diving, and give you a little information about the second part of my advanced certification, which I'm now certified for. So as promised, these are the actual dives for the day. So we did 3 dives for the day for the advanced certification. 2 were on Friday, and these 3 were on the Monday. So the first dive, we got in the water, it looks like at 125, and this was our deep dive. So the main purpose of this one was basically we swam out, and once we swam out, we dove down and then continued the dive down. I think just around this point here, I had a little bit of problems clearing my ears, so it took me a little longer to get down to the full depth. But the main purpose of this one was to get below the 60-foot regular certification. So when you first get certified with PADI, you're allowed to dive up to 60 feet. And then with the advanced, you're allowed to dive up to 100 feet. So the main purpose here was to get us below the 60-foot mark and do a little bit of playing around at the bottom time, and then we swam back. So that there is a deep stop, so that's a safety stop at one level, and then this is our other safety stop, which is, as it says there, is voluntary. It's not required, but it is recommended thing. These little warnings were just the air pressure as we're getting up to the surface. As you can tell, it's only like 10 feet deep at this point, so we weren't really worried about the overall air at that point. This was just a regular air dive. Total dive time was 38 minutes, max depth of 72.7, and again, the temperature was amazing. Temperature even at the max depth was 68 degrees. At the surface, it was around the same temperature. You can see 69 degrees there. I think there was a couple spots where it went up to about 70. Yeah, 70 just by the shore. But beautiful temperatures. Normally when you go down this deep, you're going past the thermoclines. So usually there's 2 thermoclines hitting down to 70 feet, so the temperature drops significantly. The second dive is this one here. And this one we were practicing navigation, which is a very important skill. So in a lot of cases we were swimming at different depths and everything, but regardless we were just doing navigation to make sure that we'd set off from one point, either do squares or triangles, and try and get back to the exact same point, counting fin kicks and your directional counts. So from there we went into, and I'm just going to mute that. This was our final dive here, and actually just to go back to that one. So this dive time was 43 minutes, maximum depth of 29 feet. Temperature again was around 70 degrees on average. The last dive again was a more shallow dive. We ended up diving down to 29 feet, and in this case we were playing around with lift bags. So attaching it to a rock on the bottom, pressurizing the lift bag, and then safely bringing it up. We didn't have to bring it up that high, just enough to get it off the ground and to start sending it up. So you can see here that the lift bag itself is pretty tall for the rock itself. So I only brought it up to about the 15, 16 foot mark and then let it go from that point. So yeah, that's about all for the certifications that happened for the advanced diving. The more exciting stuff that's going to come is when we're actually in Cancun. So as you can tell from my background, that's Cancun, Mexico. We end up going to Cancun in actually just less than a month. So October 9th, we're going there, and we'll be I'll be pretty much diving every day, and I'm definitely going to be having the GoPro out there along with my my sea life camera. So we should be able to get some good video and some good pictures for the stream. Anyways, if you have any comments or questions, please leave it at the bottom. If this is your first time tuning in, please feel free to give us a subscribe, click the little bell notification so you'll be notified of new videos. Thanks for watching.